Tom Billeter with us, head coach of the Augustana men's basketball program. Vikings pick up a 63-49 victory over Wayne State on Saturday night. Coach, kind of a low-scoring first half for both teams. You guys picked it up in the second half. Shooting-wise, 53.8% from the field in the second half. Can you kind of talk about the influx of offense in the last 20
Well,
minutes?
I think when you go 6 for 20 in the first half and have 1 assist and 9 turnovers, that's pretty much a recipe for a tremendous offense. And, to be where we were, having played that poorly offensively is really a credit to our defense, because to go in the locker room up 1 and to have that was just not a typical offensive showing, and it's so easy to miss easy shots and laying your head and let your defense go out the window. And I thought our guys did a great job of digging in and believing in the defensive system and running it to a T and hanging in there long enough to at least get us a lead, with knowing that eventually those shots were going to go.
A bunch of guys contributing points tonight. One guy I thought had a nice game was Eric Jorgensen. He had a pretty nice first half, finished with 7 points. Can you kind of talk about his play?
Especially in the first half when nobody was scoring. He hit a bunch of free throws, and Eric's been doing that for us. It's nice to bring him off the bench, and the hardest thing in the first half, in my opinion, was their pace is different. They really slow the ball down. They're very deliberate offensively. Every time you get a run going, coach takes a timeout. He's a smart coach. He's a good coach. It's a good way to play. So you really can't get in a flow. You can't feel good about anything. And I really thought they did a great job of that. And so when a kid comes off the bench like Eric and gives you a little spark, and I thought Dave Fritch, even though he may not have scored a bunch of points, his rebounds, 6 rebounds in 11 minutes. And, Al Richter just continues to get better. So if we can continue to have our bench improve and continue to come in Yuri with a big 3 in the second half, we'll be a better basketball team. We won't have so many goals, and we'll be more consistent.
You'll have a difficult road swing next weekend. How big was it to get a win tonight heading into that one?
Well, they're all big. We've put ourselves, Tim, we've only lost 1 game by a lot of points. We lost to Western Oregon by 2. They're first place in their league. I don't know if people realize they beat Seattle Pacific, who beat Arizona. They beat Western Washington, who was ranked there. They're winning their league. That's a great team. We were up 14 against them, lost by 2. We lost a very close game here last weekend against Duluth by 2. We lost to Concordia by 4, but had a shot to tie or win at the end and then fouled out. St. Cloud kicked us. Now, having said that, we easily should have lost to Bemidji. And there's other games we could have lost as well. That's how close they've all been. So you got to keep your kids' attitudes positive and believing, and know that they're good enough to win every game they play, and just keep working and going on that as best you can. But you're right, a tremendously challenging weekend. Upper Iowa is one of the better teams, in my opinion, that has a record that they have. I watched them play, the other night on TV, as we all did, against Moorhead with an 11-point lead at Moorhead with 5 minutes to go, and lost in overtime. So obviously you can't look past them, which we sure won't. And then Winona, 2 teams are going to come out. They are going to play their best game of the year. We know it, and we need to play ours.
Thanks, Coach.